Hey everyone, Zephyr here with IGM for another Let's Try on Anomaly 2 this time. This one is a tower offense RTS strategy hybrid thing. I've never really seen its like before, and I've enjoyed it far more than I expected just because of, well, at first I thought it was basically just an RTS, which I don't usually do so well at. Because I don't play that much, because I'm not that fond of it. It's a vicious cycle. But this one, you're on the other side of it. You're controlling the units that go down the track and defeat the towers as you go. And while it is basically an RTS, real-time strategy, the ability to basically pause the game whenever you pull up your map or deal with your squad or use an ability, but it pretty much lets you control it as you want. I have gotten overwhelmed once before in the most recent map, but for the most part I handle it alright. As you can tell, I have been going through it a fair amount on my own, and not doing too badly. You can see there's 3 different medals for each mission. You've got Ruthlessness, Efficiency, and Swiftness. I'm not really sure exactly the details on those. Ruthlessness, I'm guessing, is how many of the enemies you defeat. Because in the first one, you have to kill everything. I mean, that's just the way it goes. But after that, the ability to avoid them comes into play. And, I mean, unless you really backtrack a lot, you're going to avoid some. Which is where the third one comes into play, Swiftness. If you backtrack a lot, you're not going to get that one. So it's kind of a one side or the other. However, you can speed up time by holding down a button, shift in, I think, default case, so that everything moves faster, including your fire rate. So you don't, it's not like you skip stuff or don't do as much damage. You do it just as well, you just move faster. And yet it doesn't speed up the game clock, hence you get a better time. But it can be sometimes a little bit hard to control. Simply because there's a lot more happening a lot more quickly. Now the middle one, Efficiency, another one. They don't really lay out exactly what the medals are for. They kind of leave it to you to presume what they do. As you can tell, I've gotten gold efficiency on everything. Maybe that's just from never losing it or not losing any units. Not buying more units than I need? Hard to say. Regardless, it's fairly easy as long as you take care of your troops. We're going to jump into this one. Oh, you can see there's 4 different difficulty levels. Casual, Normal, Hardcore, and Nightmare. They affect the level of AI, how much damage they do, and, well, your score multiplier at the end of the stage. I've just been doing Normal, because that's just kind of how I work.
Finally, we reached the outskirts of New York City. Somewhere in the wreckage of its streets, Dr. Xander calls for help, but we're no longer able to hear him. Something may be jamming his signal. First Lieutenant Simon Links, 3,639 miles north of the Anomaly.
And there's one of these little intros to every stage. And there's a fair amount of talking in the middle of the stage too, which, if you use the speed up button, you tend to skip past some of the talking. So I'm torn as to whether or not to use it for the bonus points, or not, so that I can actually, follow the story and hear what they're telling me to do. It's probably best not to use it your first time through, and then next time through you can go through for points.
Good. We finally managed to get to New York City. Now we have to find Dr. Xander. As always, there's a problem. We lost track of the doctor's distress signal.
The beginning's just so much
The
talking.
machines are scrambling it. Your first target is clusters of scramblers. Their interference, in addition to the scramblers, recon tells us that there's 2
See, I'm holding down the speed up button.
on the shore of the Hudson River.
Right, and here we go. Now the beginning of this stage kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Two blasters within range. Let's take them out and get our hands on those new alien toys.
Simply because you can't pull up your map or squad menu like usual.
The targeting system's gone haywire. I can't control it.
Oh yeah, these new guys.
I swear, I just saw this bastard
It's
grow.
probably absorbing the energy from our phone.
Let's see if I can turn that talking off, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do anything over the top of this. Dialogue volume down. Alright, so whenever a new tower comes into play, they always, well, introduce it and how to deal with it. In the case of this guy, well, they show you what not to do before they show you what to do. And you can see those are my two abilities currently. You've got Decoy, which draws the enemy's fire, and Repair, which heals your units. Damn, these guys hurt. Just burned through all my decoys. Alright, and one of the more interesting aspects of your troops, and one of the more awesome, is the ability. Oh, I can't transform him yet. Alright, she's gonna tell me to sell this guy, or buy the other cavalry troop and sell this one. Just because the high rate of fire is what sets off these towers. But this guy, he's a mortar shoot. He's a, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Artillery. Or rockets. Which is much slower. And takes care of the problem. Now hopefully they will actually give me back control here shortly. And every time you face a new tower or get a new unit, they also show you this, which describes the unit perfectly and gives you their stat layout there. Which, for that first guy, only had armor, but now he's got... See, that's why you don't want to transform these guys. They definitely show you what not to do, because just watching that right there, vicious. Alright, stop talking, give me... There we go, full control. You can pull up your squad screen on top of your map screen, which is nice. Buy another one of them, and another one of them. This is my basic layout. I buy one of the hounds and two of the hammers. Because you got close range and then long range. And these are the target goals. Your goals are always obvious. And the green circles are checkpoints. Not too big of a deal. Generally, you almost always run across those as you know, whenever you can. But you can just completely decide your route. And usually, you don't have to do any backtracking. In later stages, I guess, actually, you start having to, just because, well, they give you multiple goals, just like right here, actually. Alright, hit these arrows. Nope, not that one. There we go. Well... yeah, let's take the fast route. You can see the, like, star-shaped or triangle-shaped or point-edged or whatever you want to call them. Those are the dangerous ones that if they fire at them too fast, you turn them into death machines. They're just ridiculous. But you can take as much time on this overhead map as you want. Come again, fully paused. You can see the clock at the top's not ticking. So let's go on back in, and now I've got my troops. And anytime you want to, transform. And transform back. Basically, you're just a kind of a commander that you can run around and help them. You can also draw the enemy's fire. Which sometimes is damn handy. And these little things are the goals to destroy for this map. Each map has a different goal. It's all story oriented for the most part. However, the enemies will ignore you once your troops get in range. And plus, while you're running around distracting them, they're, you know, shooting at your troops as well. Don't shoot that thing. Leave it alone. There we go. So it's pretty straightforward and easy to get the hang of. It is not a difficult game to learn. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm like, am I out of decoys? No. Thank God. Oh, that did not go well. Have another decoy. See, I'm getting a little bit behind here. Nope, have a decoy. Where am I at? Alright. Oh, I put the decoy too close. Not good. There we go. And those little things are Karasarum? God, I don't even know. But that's the currency of the game. And now that I have 305, I could buy another troop. Or I can upgrade mine. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade mine. Because I really don't need a fourth. And another big dude right up here. Following the path. we're just going to drag him around a little bit. That's right. Nope. Don't shoot at that. Stop that. No. Oh, God. Thank God he broke it before I got, before I transformed, before I set it off. Alright. The more enemies you run into, the more hectic it gets. It can get really chaotic at times. In the next stage following this one, I died at one point like 5 times. Well, I didn't die. I didn't want to... Stop that. You can rearrange your troops too, which is handy. I didn't want to lose a unit. Hence, I had to keep resetting it in order to not. Got too damn close again. See, even though it is real time and you can kind of pause it whenever you want to, it's not really either one. I mean, it's definitely not turn-based because it gets really hectic and you can't actually see your troops at any time when you're paused. It phases out, or fogs out, blurs like this. And, I mean, you just sometimes might end up doing constantly pausing. Let's put him back up in front. You can morph them on this screen, too. Wherever you want to do pretty much anything, you can. And they're headed down into the next area. But see, that takes you through the first little section, and... Oh, come on, shoot the... There it is. There you go. Sometimes, if you're not careful, they'll skip right past the currency and just not shoot it, which is annoying as hell. Oh, Hound or Hammer. Or Upgrade. The Hounds get really dangerous once those overcharge units comes into play, because it's easy to lose track of them. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Just deal with that. Oh, I can buy another Hammer. Why not? But that is Anomaly 2. The better you do, the more stuff you can kill without dying, the higher your score multiplier goes, and it's just... Yeah, basically the better you do, the better your score. Like, exponentially. So while there's the casual option, and it's very forgiving in that you can sell off troops, or lose troops, or whatever, and still make it through the stages. It's definitely a game that you can aim to higher heights with. But we're not going to go ahead and run this little loop. Oh. If I remember right, though, there's some surprises hiding in that loop. See, it looks pretty easy. There's all of 4 enemies. No. Never assume that it's that safe, that it's that easy. Because it won't be. But that's Anomaly 2, a tower offense game that is a lot of fun, and I highly suggest checking it out. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I will catch you all next time. Take care and see you later.